ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to a short Stealth Trader update. Today is Tuesday, uh, July 12th. My name is Andy Jordan, and today, well, as already mentioned, I will give you a short overview about Stealth Trader, about the performance. Well, explaining what happened during the last 6 months. As you might remember, in one of my last videos talking about Stealth Trader, um, I told you guys that 2015 was extremely good for Stealth Trader. I was able to double the account. I was able to make 100%. That's of course not something, well, that's normal for our automated trading system, because, well, 100% is really a high number. I was lucky with trades last year in August, when a couple of indexes crashed to the downside, and when the Japanese yen was exploding to the upside. But also looking at the numbers this year, you can see we are doing extremely well. Right now, the net profit is around about 23,000. Well, based on what, I have to be a little bit more precise. What I'm doing is I'm just trading a single lot, so I'm not trading a high account. So it's really a small account. It is, of course, not the account size required, as it says here, 21,000. I would not recommend to trade all the 25 markets I am trading with a 21,000 account. I would rather go for, let's say, 50,000. Otherwise, you have to come down with the markets. But even for a 50 or 60,000 dollar account, as you can see with the open equity of 5,000, so we are up around about 28. On a 50 or 60,000 dollar account, so it's almost 50%, doing very nicely. But I want to get today a little bit more deeper and explain about the markets I'm trading. So let's have a look at the markets. As you can see here in this overview, I am, as I said, I'm trading 25 markets. And very interesting to me is the fact that you actually have 10 markets here which did not make any money during the last 6 months. In fact, they were losing. But you also have 10 markets here on the other side, and these markets did not lose any penny during the last 6 months. And then you have, well, I would call these a normal behavior markets, where you lost some money, but markets where you also made some money, but you made money on the long run, so you made more than you were losing with these markets. Now, interesting also is the fact that when you have to pick some markets, when you say, okay, 2015, let's say the Nasdaq was doing really, really good, and I have to pick one of these markets, then it's very, very hard, because you might always pick the wrong one. Of course, there is also the chance you're picking the right one, but when you just have to pick 2 or 3 out of the 25, in my opinion, it just doesn't make any sense. So this is why I always would recommend to trade really a method on a bunch of markets, and not trying to pick one or two just because you just have a $10,000 account. Stealth Trader is a very good and very profitable way of trading, as you can see here with real numbers. And it's working extremely well. It worked extremely well in 2015, and it's also surprisingly well working in 2016 until now, but always with trading it on a bundle of market and not trying to pick one, two, or three. Of course, if 25 markets are too much, you can get down to 20. You can even get down to 15. Maybe also 10 markets are okay, but do not try just to trade this kind of method on one, two, or three markets. Last but not least, I want to show you the equity curve, and that's also very important to know how Stealth Trader actually is generating money. And as you can see, you have long periods of sideways, I do not want to say sideways markets, but the equity curve is going sideways. So you're making a little, you're losing a little. Once again, you're making a little and you're losing a little. And then it's going step by step higher, here a little bit slower. But once in a while you get very nice pushes here to the upside. That's a time when one of the markets you are trading is getting, let's say it's getting crazy, is pushing into your direction at the right time for a couple of days, and that's a time where you have to be on board. So when you trade a breakout method like Stealth Trader, you have to be prepared. You will have long periods where you are not making any money. You might even lose little by little on the long run, and you have to stick to the method long enough until you get one of these pushes here to the upside. These pushes you will get just a couple of times during the year. Last year, as far as I remember, we just had these pushes 3 times. In 2014 it was 4 times. So you get these pushes just 3, 4, 5 times a year, and you have to be able to stay with the method on, well, these sideways periods. That's very important to understand, otherwise you are not able to make money on the long run. So whenever you look into a trading method, try to understand the overall idea. Otherwise, it's probably getting very, very hard to survive, because when you do not really understand what's going on, you might always pull out of your trading method at the wrong moment. All right, ladies and gentlemen, hopefully you liked the overview about Stealth Trader. When you have any questions regarding Stealth Trader or regarding our trading method, just get in contact with me via email. So have all a great trading week, and talk to you soon. Bye bye.